Okay. Hello, everyone. Actually finally managed to get on without having technical difficulties, so I'm on time today. I'm pretty excited. While I wait for people to find me, my name is Natalie with Imago Day Yoga. Just recently started teaching live on YouTube. And very excited to actually have it working on time today. So before we get started, make sure that you have a yoga mat or at least a place where you have a good grip so you don't slip around on the floor. Also practice safety while you're teaching. I want this to be an all levels class, so even if you're a very, very beginner, my biggest recommendation is just to respect your body, listen to it. If something doesn't feel right, if it hurts, yoga isn't really supposed to hurt. Maybe work the muscles, get a stretch, and it's not supposed to hurt. So if something starts to hurt, slowly pull out of that. Don't ever just jerk up out of it. You might accidentally hurt yourself worse. So be careful, slowly move, get into a better position, or skip something. You can always skip something. Try it again later, maybe watch it a few times. That's fine. Also, for the more advanced students, pay extra careful attention to your body. We're trying to learn how to listen to our bodies while we're practicing yoga. And one of the things that we might kind of fudge on every once in a while is trying to get into those harder poses or push ourselves when our bodies just ain't feeling it today. So please listen to your bodies too. All right, see a couple people on there, so we can go ahead and get started. Find ready your yoga mat if you haven't already. I'm gonna get to mine. All right. And have a seat, a comfortable position. Sure this is up. Okay. And shut down the eyes. Take a few deep inhales into the body, breathing up in through the nose, bringing it deep within, and then exhaling it out slowly. Try to take your time with these breaths, breathing in, exhaling out. Go real slow, inhaling, and exhaling it out. Whatever your next inhale is, try to fill the lungs up to capacity. Feel the stretch on the lungs when you inhale the breath in, and then push that air out, trying to force out maybe more air than you think you took in. And then do it again. Big inhale, try to hug the heart with the lungs pressing in. And then exhaling it out. This time, try to take the air down into the stomach. Deep inhale. Bring the stomach out and then push the air out. With your next breath, try to fill the stomach and the lungs, both chambers of the body. And then exhaling it out. Again, pushing maybe more air out than you think you took in. And then let's breathe together when you're ready. Next inhale, taking your time with it. Exhaling, open mouth, relaxing in. Staying aware of the breath and where you're taking it as you inhale again. And exhale it out. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together, stretch it up. And then drop one hand down, lean over, get a side body stretch. Inhale it back up to center. Exhale, go the other direction. Inhale it back up to center. Exhale, fold over the cross of your legs. Take a breath. And then inhale it back up. And if it feels okay, switch the cross of your legs. And if you've opened your eyes, close them again. Take a few deep inhales, taking the time, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Try to do the breath, the back of your throat, you should feel it. Big inhale, another ha breath. Again, deep inhale, this time with the ha breath, keep the mouth closed. That is our Ujjayi breath. It's a good practice to do that breath while you're doing yoga. Try it again. Deep inhale. Exhale, closed mouth, ha. One more time for practice. Inhale. Closed mouth. All right, next inhale, bring the arms up. And this time we're going to twist. Take right arm to left knee, look over left shoulder. Inhale it back up to center, stretching up. Exhale the opposite direction, twisting the other way. Inhale it back up to center. Exhale, fold over the crossed legs, take a breath. And then slowly inhale it back up. And then we're going to move over to a tabletop position. Knees go directly on your hips. Hands directly under shoulders. And once you're stable, take an inhale to drop the stomach. Lift the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back. Pull the pelvis in, look back toward the thighs. Again, deep inhale, push that stomach down, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, look back. You can go at your own pace with your own flow, breathing and moving in sequence. Trying to pay attention to the spine as it moves, warming up the back. Couple more. And then slowly come to stillness. You're going to take the left arm out in front of you, pinky side down, right leg out and back, and you can leave the toes on the floor if it feels okay. Lift it up, foot flexed. And then if you lifted that foot, exhale, crunch the elbow and knee to center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend. One more time, exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend and hold it. If you want to, you can bend the back knee, reach back with your hand, try to grab the foot. And then if you did that, release, extend out, and then put the arm and knee back down. Or switch the other side, right arm out, pinky side down. Left leg out and back. Again, you can leave it on the floor or lift it up. And then if you lifted it up, you'll exhale to crunch to the middle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend. Pause here. And then same option, bending that back knee, reaching back with the hand, trying to grab the foot. And it's okay if you're just reaching. If you fall out, just come back. And extend it out. Put the arm down, put the leg down. Walk your hands out in front of you. And drop the chest down, staying high up on the knees. Coming into puppy pose, chest is reaching for the ground. You should feel a stretch on the shoulders. And take a few breaths. Staying conscious with that breath. And slowly roll back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees going wide, body sinking down between the knees. And you can leave the arms extended, or if you want to give the arms a break, you can wrap them around you. Maybe reaching back for the feet or just laying them down on the side. Take several breaths in this pose. Focusing on the air, you can envision it going down the spine. Imagining it going to the lower back, especially if you have tension there. Just breathe. Couple more breaths in child's. Next, inhale, reach the arms back out if they're not already. Start to press into the mat. Forearms off the mat. Exhale it out. Next, inhale, you're going to shift forward into plank. If plank's too difficult, you can leave the knees on the ground, but try to come up into a straight arm plank. And then check in on the posture. The middle finger should be pointed towards the top of the mat, while the eye of the elbow is rotated the same direction, so that when you bend the elbows, it stays close to the rib cage. And then push it up and back.
Downward facing dog. Down dog, the chest is reaching back for the thighs. The hips are lifting you up and back, trying to take some of that pressure off the wrists. And be careful on the hamstrings, especially since it's our first down dog. You don't want to overstretch anything. You shouldn't feel pain. Maybe bend the knees a little bit. You can stay up high on the toes if you need to. And if it feels okay, you can walk the dog, bending one knee and the other, gently stretching out those hamstrings. Remember to keep the core and the bandhas lifting you up and back. A few more breaths here in our first down dog of the day. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. To do that, all you have to do is look back at your thighs. Instead of trying to hold it up, just look down, or look back, rather. Couple more breaths. Some good stretches on the hamstrings if it feels good. Then you can start to bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat, coming into forward fold. With forward fold, make sure your knees are bent, connecting the stomach to the thighs. And then with the inhale, you come up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring yourself up, finding your way into mountain pose. Mountain, you're forcing the earth away with the feet, all four corners pushing down, while the rest of the body lifts up so you can feel it through the thighs, into the chest, lifting up through the stomach, shoulders down and back. And then breathe into the heart, big inhale. Exhale it out. Another deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bring the arms up. Stretch it up, palms together, and down to heart center. Take a moment paying attention to the breath. I'm just trying to let go of the week. Find yourself here, present on the mat. Breathing into the tension, mental or physical, and letting it go with the exhale. One more big breath. Then next, inhale, take the arms up. Big stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Again, knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, plant the hands, step it back to that plank. And then lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. Hips going up and high again. Focus on the posture, making sure you've got that lift. Chest trying to reach back for the thighs. Neck loose. Maybe shake it no, not at yes. Careful on the hamstrings. And breathe. Taking our time in down dog. And I know it can be difficult if you're just starting, so if you need to come down to child's pose at any point, you can. Listening to your body. Just a couple more breaths here. Then you can start to bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Knees bent and forward fold, neck loose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up for mountain. Exhale, let it go. Find your mountain, pressing down into the earth and lifting the body up, growing taller with each inhale. And more stable with the exhale. You can take a few breaths on your own, just focusing on your mountain pose and finding your presence.
Take another big breath. And next, inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together down to heart center for an exhale. Just take another breath here. And then inhale the arms up. Drop one arm down and push the hips out to the side. Coming into a crescent shape. Top arm is reaching for the corner of the room. Getting a big side body stretch. Then inhale yourself back up to center. You'll exhale to go the opposite direction, popping those hips out, reaching for the corner of the room. And then inhale it back to center. Exhale, fold. And this time, pause in the forward fold. Make sure the neck is looking back for the legs. You don't want to have any tension there. You can shake it no, nod it yes. Making sure it's loose. Making sure that stomach has connection to the thighs, bending as much as you need to find that connection. And then with the next inhale, you'll come up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, big stretch. Then exhale, fold, plant the hands, hop or step it back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Coming into that down dog. Finding your pose. Working on that posture. Trying to soften those hamstrings a little bit. Being gentle. Couple more breaths. Then next, inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged. Pause here. Then if you want to, you can bend the knee to open up the hip by pointing the knee toward the ceiling. And then with an exhale, you're going to bring that knee in towards the right elbow as best as you can. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, try to cross it under the body. Just attempting, still counts. Inhale, bring it back up. If you want, you can do that again. Otherwise, just come back to down dog. Exhaling to bring that knee in towards the right elbow. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, cross it under the body, coming to the opposite elbow. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, put it down, take a big breath. Then next, inhale, take the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Pause here. Then if you want to bend that knee, open up the hip on this side, you can. Then with the exhale breath, bring that knee in toward the left elbow. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, cross it under the body to the right elbow. Inhale, take it back up. If you want to do that again, exhale, bring that knee into the left side. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, cross it under the body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, put it down and breathe. Big inhale, exhale, breath. Then inhale, push forward into a plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Keep the arms, our hands next to the chest and lift the chest up. Try not to use the hands. Use the back muscles. Exhale, let it down. Inhale, bring just the chest up. Maybe take the hands off the mat. Exhale, down. One more time, just the back muscles, no hands. Exhale, lower. Then inhale, push yourself up and back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, body sinks down. And breathe. Take another deep inhale, exhale, breath.
The next inhale, start to press down into the mat with the hands, forearms off the ground. Exhale it out. The next inhale, come back forward into that plank pose. Check in on the posture, make sure it's a good plank, and then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Then you're going to bring that knee in, cross it under the body and extend it out. Coming into fallen triangle, you take your left arm up. If this is too hard, that's okay. You can go right back down to down dog. And if you came in fallen triangle, bring that arm down and bring the foot back up into three-legged and then put it down. We're going to do the opposite side. Take the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then bend that knee in, crossing it under the body and extending it out, taking the right arm up this time. Again, if it's too much, it's all right to go right back down to down dog or child's. And then bring that arm down, take the leg up and back, three-legged, and bring that foot down. Then we're going to bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat, forward fold, knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring yourself up into your mountain. Exhale, let it go. Take a big breath here, focusing on the mountain. Exhale it out. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. Big stretch. Palms together down to heart center. Exhale. Take another breath here with hands at heart center. And next, inhale, take the arms up. Bend the knees and have a seat into chair. Chest and arms stay lifted. Knees bent, chair invisible. Keep breathing. Just a couple breaths here. Practicing our chair. Weight is evenly distributed in the feet. Maybe you lift your toes up. You tuck the tailbone in. And inhale, push the hips out. Lift the chest back, bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, one more big stretch. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you notice the hamstrings are getting looser, or for me, my calf muscles are really tight. Starting to bring my heels a little bit lower to the mat. But be patient wherever your body is. Still lifting up and back. With a big inhale, take that right leg up and back, three-legged. And then try to bring that knee in towards your nose and step it through for a low lunge. If you don't quite make it, you can use your hand to help move it up between the hands. And once you get there, you're going to plant the left arm down and take the right arm up. Get a twist. And bring that arm down. And with an inhale check, well, first check to make sure that the stance is wide so you don't fall as you inhale to come up into a crescent lunge. Arms going up. Hips square to the front. My back heel is up off the mat. And breathe. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to open up warrior two so the back heel pivots down. And now my stance is in an L shape as the body opens up to the side. Back leg straight, front knee bent, arms extended, warrior two. Take a breath. Then you'll flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, taking the arm up and back. And bring it back, warrior two. Drop the front arm down, bring the back arm around and up. You can brace yourself on your knee, or you can extend the arms, kind of in a T. And then if you want to try to take the bind, or you can just practice with it, you take the top arm back behind the body, bottom arm comes underneath the leg, and you reach for your hands. It's okay if you don't quite make it, just reaching still counts. And then extend the arms. Inhale yourself back up to warrior two. You're gonna flip that front palm again, reverse the warrior, straighten the front leg, go back deeper. And then hinge forward, coming into triangle pose. Both legs are straight, hips pop back behind you, arms are in a T. Core is still keeping you lifted so you're not just dumping into the front side. Then take the top arm to the front of the mat, bottom arm to the front, lift yourself up, parallel the feet. And inhale, stretch up higher, exhale, fold. Coming into a straddle fold. Hang out here for a few breaths. And if you want to, you maybe walk the hands back behind the mat a little bit more, or behind your feet rather. Trying to bring the crown of the head to the ground. Just breathe. If you reach back behind you, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to halfway lift, equalizing the blood pressure. Exhale, take it down, and bend one knee, lean over to one side, getting stretched there. And then bring it back to center and go the opposite direction, bending the other knee, walking the hands over. And bring it back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring the body up. You can bring the feet in just a little bit too if you have them out really wide. Take the toes out to the corners of the room as you bend the knees, finding your way into a goddess pose. Goal post the arms. Maybe sink down lower if it feels okay. If you want to, you can come up onto one side, or on the tops of the toes on one side and then the other. If that feels okay, maybe do both. Couple breaths, you got this, wherever you are. If you need to extend out of it, you always can. Then you came up onto the toes, drop back down to the heels, and then reach up, pop the forward, lift the chest, little back bend. Exhale, fold. And you're gonna walk the hands back to the front of the mat, coming into that low lunge. The toes are facing back to the front of the mat once again. And then bring the back foot up to meet the front. Forward fold, knees bent, neck loose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring yourself up. Take the arms up, palms together, down to heart center. Breathe. Big inhale into the chest. And exhale. Do that again. Remembering your mountain pose as you breathe. Next, inhale, arms come up. Bend the knees, keep the chest lifted as you sit into your chair. Couple breaths here. Remember to try to press evenly into the ground, not so much in the toes. And tuck the tailbone in a little bit. Keep the gaze kind of in front of you. Couple breaths, you're almost there. The next inhale, straighten up. Push this forward, lift the chest, little back bend here. Exhale, fold. Pause in the fold. The next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring yourself up, big stretch. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, hop or step it back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Next, inhale, you're going to take the left leg up and back to three-legged dog. And then bend that knee in towards the nose, try and step it through for that low lunge. Again, just walking it up there with your hands if you need to. Try and get the foot between the hands. And once you got it, plant the right arm down on the inside of the leg. Inhale to take the left arm up for a twist. And exhale it back down. Check on the stance, make sure it's wide. And then inhale again to lift the body up. Coming into crescent lunge on this side. Good, back heel is up off the mat. Front knee bent, hips squared to the front. And breathe. Then we're going to open up warrior two, so back heel pivots down, bringing the feet into an L-shaped, front knee bent, back knee straight, arms extended, body opened up to the side, gaze is over the middle finger. Take a breath. You can flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, get a stretch. Bring it back, warrior two, and then you're going to drop that front arm down. Again, you can brace on the knee or take it down lower. Back arm comes around and up. And breathe. If you want to come into that line, take the top arm back behind you. Bottom arm comes up underneath. Reach for the hands. If you came into that bind, go ahead and release. And then bring yourself back up, warrior two. Flip the palm, take it up and back for reverse. Straighten that front knee, go back deeper. And then hinge forward, popping the hips out back behind you. Bringing yourself around into the triangle pose. Take a breath. Remember to use the core to keep you lifted. Finding a little bit of a stretch on the inside of the thigh. And top arm to the front of the mat, bottom arm to the front, lift yourself up, parallel the feet. Reach up higher, exhale, forward fold. We'll do a shorter straddle fold on this side. Just take a couple breaths. You're gonna inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring yourself up all the way, palms up together and down to heart center. We're going to find goddess again on this side. So bring the feet in a little bit if you need to as you bend the knees. Feet going out to the corners of the room. This time, take the arms out to a T. And then you're going to reach back. If you can, grab your hands, great. If not, just reaching is fine. Holding the shoulder blades together, trying to open up that heart. If you can, grab the hands, great. If you can do prayer hands, you can do that, whatever you want. Couple breaths here. Focusing on the heart opener as well as the squat. One more big breath. Then release. Next inhale brings you all the way up with a stretch. Push the hips out, lift the chest, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat. And step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Reach up, big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Breathe into that heart. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, take the arms up, bend the knees, have a seat into your chair. Take a breath here.
Then bring the palms together down to heart center. Hinge forward just a little bit deeper. And then you're going to twist. And you can use your elbow to hook onto your knee if you want to, but I like to expand my arms, get a little bit more twist in there. That's optional. Then bring it back to center. You're going to go the opposite direction, same option to expand the arms. Getting that twist in the seat. Then bring it back to center. Put the hands down, lift the hips, forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, inhale, big stretch. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step it into plank. This time we're going to lower all the way down to the ground. You can take the right ear to the mat. Extend the arms out into a T. We're going to roll over the right shoulder. So use your left hand to push you up onto your side, rolling over the right shoulder. My right arm is still extended. And just roll wherever you feel the stretch. If it's just a little bit of a roll, that's fine. If it's a big one, you can take the top arm or the left arm back behind you. Getting a bigger twist, bigger stretch. And then just take a few breaths. And slowly start to roll back to center. Extending the left arm out again, this time taking the left ear to the mat. And then you're going to use your right arm to push you up onto your side, rolling over the right arm. Only go as far as the stretch feels good. Always take the right arm back behind you if you want a deeper stretch. A few breaths here. And slowly start to come back to center. This time, hands coming near the rib cage. Next inhale pushes you up and back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, body sinking down. Hands extended or wrapped around you, either way is fine. Take a few breaths here. Big inhales and exhales. Next, inhale, slowly raise yourself up onto the top of your knees. Preparing for camel. Raise the lower back with your hands. And then push the hips forward, lift the chest, start to look back, getting into a deep back bend. Only go as far as it feels good, making sure you stay active in the front of the body. Lifting up through the chest and the hips. And start to come back forward. And you can come either into child or rabbit. Rabbit, the crown of the head comes to the mat. And you reach back for your feet or ankles and lift the hips. If you came into rabbit, you can lower down to child's. Take a couple more breaths. And next, inhale, you're going to slowly lift yourself up. We prepare for another camel. This time, if you want to, if it feels all right, you can reach back for your ankles. But if not, just listen to your body, pay attention, do what it wants to do. Lift those hips or push them out. Lift the chest up. Look back. And then if you want to, reach back for those heels. Keep breathing. And slowly start to bring yourself back up and around, finding your way into that child or rabbit pose to undo that back bend. Taking deep breaths down to the body, especially that lower back. If you're in rabbits, lower down to child's. Take a few more breaths, focusing on the spine as you breathe. Another big breath. Next inhale, start to press the hands down into the mat, forearms off the ground. And next inhale is going to hinge forward into plank. And lift the hips up and back, downward facing. Take a few breaths here. Lift up and back, chest reaching for the thighs. This should be also bringing relief to that back. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged. And then bring that knee in towards the right wrist, setting up for a pigeon. So right knee, right wrist, leg falls at a little bit of an angle, hips are squared to the front, back leg relaxes down and out. And you can stay up high, or if it feels okay, you can lower the body down. Whatever feels all right. Some people like to put a block or blanket underneath their hips for support. You can do that. And we'll be here for about a minute. I'm going to time us. So just start to relax in, taking the breath to any tension you're feeling, whether that's the stretch or mental distraction. Wherever you need that breath, just imagine it going there and releasing it out. That kind of practice helps trigger the brain to relax that area. It does take a minimum of 3 breaths to work, so be patient and breathe deep. All right, start to lift yourself up. Bring that right leg back behind you slowly and find your way into a downward facing dog. You can move that right leg around a little bit, making sure the blood flow's going back down into the foot and the leg. Waking it back up. And then when you're ready, with an inhale breath, you'll take the left leg up and back, and then bring that knee in for the left wrist, coming into pigeon, left side. Again, leg at a slight angle, hips squared to the front, right leg extended out. You can stay up high, or if it feels good, come down. Each side might be different, so respect the body. And it'll be here for about a minute on this side. Continue focusing on that breath. Picking up where you left off a moment ago, just different side. All right, start to bring yourself back up. Take that left leg back behind you, finding your way into the downward facing dog. Moving the left leg around this time. Whatever you need to do. Remembering to breathe. And bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front. Coming into that forward fold. Knees bent, neck relaxed. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up, get a stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Take a breath. Exhale. One more big breath. Inhale. Exhale. We come into our tree pose. So start to press down into the left side. Next inhale, bring the right knee up, coming into a knee raise. And then take that knee out to the side and just plant it on the body somewhere. It can be up high, it can be down low. You can kickstand it, wherever you need that leg to be, just challenging the balance a little bit. And you can bring the hands down to heart center or leave them extended. Options are all yours. Take a few breaths here. For balance poses, it helps to find an unmoving spot and stare it down. It's training what they call the drishti. Eventually, you won't need to actually focus on anything, but just have the focus for balance. And start to bring that knee back to center. You can kick it out in front of you, taking the arms up. And then we're going to swing it back, coming into Warrior 3. So for Warrior 3, the body's coming into a T. My right leg is extended out back behind me. My arms extended, gaze maybe just a little bit in the front. And then drop the hands down, drop the foot down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it up. Big stretch, palms together down to heart center. Always prepare for the other side. So start to ground down into the right leg. The next inhale, take the left leg up. The knee raise. And then swing it out towards the side and plant it on yourself somewhere. Again, this side might be different, so just find where tree works on this side. Hands can stay up or come to heart center. And focus on finding your balance. Just breathe. Couple more breaths. Practicing your drishti. And start to bring that knee back to the center. Take it out, extending the leg, take the arms up, swing it back behind you, finding the Warrior 3 on this side. Body coming into a T, arms extended, gaze out just a little bit. Then drop the arms down, and then drop the foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring yourself up, get a stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a breath here, big inhale. And exhale. Take another big inhale. This time as you exhale, you're going to have a seat on your heels and toe stand if you can. Just try lowering the hips down, stacking hips over heels, shoulders over hips. This is another good balance challenge. Just breathe. If you fall out, that's okay. And eventually we're going to the ground anyway, so whatever you want to do. A couple more breaths here. And then start to lower down. And we're going to come into butterfly, so soles of the feet come together. Knees going wide. And inhale, straighten the back. Exhale to fold. Take several breaths. Just focusing on the stretch. You can use the elbows to push the knees out if you want to, if it feels okay. Next inhale, raise yourself up. Bring the knees together and push the feet out in front of you. Coming briefly into staff pose. Try to get onto the tops of the sits bones. Hands come by the sides, maybe their fists, depending on the length of your arms. Straighten the back, pulling the shoulder blades together. Feet are flexed. You should feel muscle activity all the way up the leg. Inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees as much as you need to keep this stretch from getting too intense. Always do gentle stretching. Going too hard on your stretches actually freaks the muscles out, so you don't want to do that. It's how you get injured. Don't do that. Always gentle on the stretching. And inhale yourself back up. We're going to play with boat, and boat, please listen to your body. Because sometimes the backs do not like boat. So best options are to brace the lower back one way or another. Maybe it's leaving your hands on the ground and raising the feet, or leaving the feet on the ground and raising the arms. If it feels okay, you can raise both feet and arms. So find where it feels okay to do so. And just find that muscle activation, those abs, get them dancing. Keep breathing. If you want to go a little bit harder, you can take the arms up, bring them back down, take them out wide, bring them back in, take them up once again. Go over to one side, pause here. Bring it up again. Go to the other side, another pause. And bring it back up. And lower down, and then everybody extend. And lower all the way to the ground. Get a big stretch. And relax into the ground. You can start to bend the knees in towards the chest. And then hug them in tight. Squeeze them in. Maybe rock side to side if it feels good. Keep breathing. Extend the feet up into waterfall. Pause here. Feet flexed. Energy coming up through the legs and out through the soles of the feet. Keep them straight. Keep them active. Then start to bend the knees. Grab the outside edges of the feet. We'll just do a brief happy baby, maybe rocking side to side if it feels all right. Taking just a couple breaths. And then extend the feet back up, waterfall pose. Take the arms out to a T, bend the knees in, and then roll them over to one side, coming into a twist. So knees drop to one side, head looks the opposite direction. Take a couple breaths. And slowly start to bring your knees back to center.
Pausing, letting the spine settle into the mat. And once you're ready, take the knees over to the other side. And look over the other shoulder. Taking several breaths here, trying to relax into the twist. Slowly start to bring the knees back to center. Let the spine settle again. Maybe move the knees around a little bit. If it feels good on the back and the hips. You're going to extend the feet up into the air. Waterfall once again, feet flexed. And then if it feels okay, you're going to slowly lower the feet down to the mat. If not, you can just bend the knees back in and extend them out one at a time, or however you want to get down into Shavasana. But if you can, keep the feet flexed, keep the energy flowing out through the soles of the feet as you slowly begin to lower them down, taking your time. Getting that core activation one more time. See, lower down. And once you get the feet to the mat, relax everything. Maybe turn the palms up, or you can put a palm on your stomach, palm on your chest if you want something more grounding. That's optional. Shut down the eyes. Take another deep inhale, big inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Feel yourself melting into the mat. Relaxing down. Start to check in with the various parts of the body. You can start with the forehead, making sure there's no tension. Jaws unclenched. Shoulders relaxing into the mat. You can feel your spine against the length of the mat. Hips relaxed. Feet relaxed. Body getting heavy. If thoughts pass into your mind, you can acknowledge them, but let them go. Try to just let yourself be for about 6 minutes. I'll call you back once it's time.
Start to deepen your inhales, bringing awareness back into the body. Maybe bring small movements to fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Then coming into a full body stretch. And relax back down into the mat. Before starting to bend the knees up into the chest and rolling over to one side in the fetal position. And take a few breaths there once you get there. And slowly push your way into a seated position. And shut down the eyes. Take a big inhale into the body, filling up the chest and the stomach. Take your time and then hold at the top of the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale it all out, pushing you out slowly and holding at the bottom of the breath. 3, 2, 1. Do that again. Deep inhale, take your time, fill the lungs, fill the stomach. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Push it out. Push that air out. 3, 2, 1. Then inhale. Exhale. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together and down to heart center. Thank you for joining me again today. Hope to see you next time. Namaste. Thank you again to everyone that showed up for the live and to those who are going to show up later. Really appreciate y'all. If you can, please subscribe to the channel. That helps me out. And then you can hit the notification bell to help yourself out for whenever there's more videos. I do have about a 20-minute flow video that I plan to post next week. It was supposed to go up this week, but it's been a little crazy. So next week it is. But anyways, hope to see y'all next time. Have a wonderful weekend. And see y'all later.